We begin today's program in New York City. We're pleased to be joined by Michael Cohen, who's a top lawyer and right-hand man for Donald Trump, who had the meeting with Rick Perry yesterday. And Michael, the big question I got on Twitter, a lot of people want to know, what is Donald Trump up to? Is he running? Is he not running? Is he going to play kingmaker? Is he going to endorse? What is the Trump game plan when it comes to 2012?
Well, first of all, hi Rick, hi Amy, how are you? Good to see you again. Donald Trump is definitely a playmaker. I actually used a statement yesterday. He is now the Godfather of politics. Everybody wants to see him. Everybody wants his endorsement. And at the end of the day, we're not 100% sure what his future is going to be as it relates to a run. One thing he has said many, many times is if he's not happy with who the Republican candidate is going to be, then 100% he is going to consider throwing his hat back in the ring in June.
One thing, Michael, that I saw today was a report that Donald is waiting for Sarah Palin to make up her mind. Is that true? He's not going to do anything until he hears what she's going to do?
Well, Sarah Palin is somebody that he has been speaking to a lot. He also will be seeing Mitt Romney within the next 2 weeks. So the answer is he's certainly not going to endorse anybody before he's had the opportunity to speak to everyone. And eventually he has to make up his mind whether or not he's going to run himself as an independent, which we all have to agree is a catastrophe for the Republican Party. Donald Trump will, of course, basically either become the president or, unfortunately, have President Obama become reelected.
Yeah, yes. Go ahead.
Yeah, so that seems like a pretty good reason for Donald Trump not to run on the independent ticket. He has spent a great deal of time criticizing the president.
That's true, but let's not forget the fact that Mr. Trump has, at least with ShouldTrumpRun.com, which is a site that I started, more than 1.5 million people are all begging that Mr. Trump should run for the presidency. At the end of the day, these people are loyal to Donald Trump. These people want to see Donald Trump's principles and his policies put into place. What's going on right now in America is an absolute catastrophe. Mr. Trump has said many times the first thing that you need to do is stop talking about spending your way out of this problem. That's not what he wants to do. What he wants to do is he wants to have countries that are ripping this country off. He wants them to pay us. And that's really the principle that I think most people are really behind.
So help me understand this, Mr. Cohen, because obviously you started the website. You're very closely associated with Donald Trump and his political organization. You started this website, Should Trump Run? Is he just going to be looking at this field, and if the candidate is someone that he believes in and he can get behind, he's going to endorse that person, otherwise he's going to be an independent?
Yes, that's exactly the answer. Now, if he does get behind whoever the candidate may be, what's going to happen is that individual will basically lock up the Republican nomination. Donald Trump has more than 22% of the field that's out there as far as Republican voters that are diehard Donald Trump fans. And these people will follow him to wherever he goes. Hence, of course, why, again, I said he's become now the Godfather of politics.
I know that Governor... Governor Perry,
you like that. You like that.
It's really good using Godfather. Okay, so we know Governor Perry and Donald Trump had talked on the phone many times before. What was the meeting about, though? Why face-to-face? What did they talk about at dinner last night that they haven't talked about already on the phone?
Probably not much. It is, of course, always different to meet somebody in person versus the telephone. There's a much more personal relationship that's being built. I do know Mr. Trump really thinks very highly of Mr. Perry, and I believe that he thinks that he could do a great job. Again, at this point in time, I don't think he's ready to commit to an endorsement, but I do know that he actually thinks very highly of the governor.
All right, finally, Mr. Cohen, why does Rick Perry get this fancy schmancy dinner last night and Sarah Palin just gets pizza?
It's actually Sarah Palin who wanted the pizza. That's not something Mr. Trump eats on a regular basis. I actually can honestly tell you, I can't remember the last time he had a slice of pizza before that. It was Sarah Palin who wanted to go to a local, as she called it, a local joint, as opposed to we'll call it a much more fancier type of a dinner.
All right, so we know that Donald Trump picked the restaurant this time.
Well, he definitely picked the restaurant. It's in one of his buildings, Trump International Hotel and Tower, over at 1 Central Park West. It's a Jean-Georges restaurant, which is world-renowned. So, yes, it was good eats.
Good eats all around. All right, Michael Cohen, a top advisor and aide to what we can now call the Godfather of Politics.
The Godfather of Politics is the right way to call him.